Hey, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. On these you brothers that be pushing to this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, man. And this is pretty much gonna be a lesson, not even a lesson, but more commentary um on a particular problem I've been personally dealing with. And maybe you brothers might be dealing with the same thing out there. So, if it be of edification, then it's gonna be of edification. And it's this tough guy persona, man. All right, the need for some people through whatever means to want to feel like they're more than what we are, man. The reality of the situation is this, man. All right, we're in a fucked up situation right now, man. And the only person that can deliver us is Yahweh Shai, man. All right, so this tough guy persona you got being, you got multitudes indulging in, whether they be in ISUPK, whether they be in IUIC, and so on and so forth. All right, it's of no use, man. It's pride. Okay, and the scriptures say before a fall comes, man, you're gonna have pride, man. A dude's gonna be talking the most shit before the Most High brings him down. See, the Most High likes to do that, and He showed you endlessly, right, through the examples that you have, all right, through and without the scriptures, all right, about guys that got proud, all right, and they got put back in their place, man. And see, when you get humbled, especially when you're hungry, man, another brother goes into that, man. The dude gets proper humble when he's hungry, and that's what a lot of people are gonna experience, man. Hunger, thirst, and it ain't gonna be quenched, man. By way of those nuclear missiles is gonna be coming, and they're putting that the Mossad is putting that whole program together intricately out there in the Middle East. All right, so it's really time just to let the Mossad do his thing, man. All right, and if things ain't going as well as you hope, really, if you're humble, you ain't gonna have a problem with that, man. Because you should see yourself in a state of where, well, guess what, man? I probably ain't, I ain't worth that, man. All right, I ain't worthy to get that. Or really, when you're humble, you not only see that you're not worthy, but you also acknowledge the fact what it says in the scriptures, man. The meek shall inherit the kingdom. So it might be the timing. All right, hey, we're gonna get. If one thing that comes to mind is riches, man. We're gonna get a lot of riches in the kingdom, man. All right, so you might be in a situation where you're trying to get some work and you're getting proud because these devils are being devils, so naturally you're gonna feel some type of way about that. They're talking all kind of mess, but you feel that you feel a certain way and you're carrying yourself in a certain way that's not necessarily within accordance to the scriptures. All right, you just gotta wait your time, man. Just be patient, because guess what, man? Them riches, the true riches, not fucking £7 an hour or £8 an hour and so on and so forth. All right, those riches are gonna come in the kingdom, man. All right, the true riches, wealth, right? Where you ain't looking for houses, you're looking for manners. All right, if you know what a manner is, man, like you got this movie with Batman, all right, who's supposedly Bruce Wayne, and he doesn't stay at Bruce Wayne's house. He's saying it's a Wayne's manor, So you're gonna have your manor, man, which is talking about rooms and man. Some of the these brothers from Dallas, man, they did a video and they went out there to Eastern Europe, and man, they showed you a building likened unto what Jake's is gonna be building. And really, I think Jake's, I don't remember the video word for word, but I believe they said Jake's built that, man. All right, but certainly, man, we gonna have places than that and grander, man. So all of the splendor that's gonna come really is gonna come by way and by the hand of Yahweh Shimi Haushai, not by the strength of the insignificant strength that you think you have, man. All right, to be walking up, walking around with your chest high, all right, thinking that, whatever, man. All right, and like I said, I'm starting off with myself. I'm not thinking of anybody. That's not how I roll, man. I'm just, I start off with myself, and I just extrapolate and just see what other brothers may be thinking. All right. So this is Proverbs the fourth chapter on the 20th verse. It says, "My son, attend to my words and incline thy ear to my saying." See, when you're in that pride state and you pretty much want to be in that tough guy persona, you ain't gonna attend to the words of the Lord, man. Hell, I've seen so many examples of tough guys. They know a lot of scriptures, right? But they fall off because why? Because they ain't spiritually grounded. See, there's a difference. You can know a lot of scriptures. You get these people in churches, they get it in, man, but they ain't spiritual, man. All right, so they could go off of one thing, one element of the scriptures, but not apply the spiritual side to the scriptures, and guess what, man? Just like that, they're gone, man. Or really, they go off on the scriptures, all right, because they don't have the spiritual understanding. All right, and when you get into the spirit, man, you decipher certain situations. You're like, man, really, that's wickedness, man. All right. So it says, my son, attend to my words and incline thine ear to my sayings. Right, let them not depart from thine eyes. Right, keep them in the midst of thine hearts. You gotta be persistent. You gotta be persistent, man. Right, you can't pray to the Most High enough to destroy this society, man. You gotta be persistent, man. You gotta keep His words in your heart, which is where heart means comes to the Hebrew word heart meaning mind. You gotta keep Him in your mind at all times, man. And really, that's gonna be one of the situations. That's gonna be like in the book of Matthew, the 4th chapter. It shows you how Yahushua was battling with Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. All right, and he was just battling through the scriptures, man. He was hitting him with the jabs and the counter punches and so on and so forth. Right, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. That's what you got, man. You got the comfort. Like the scripture says, "I will send you the comforter," which is the scriptures, and you was gonna have the brotherhood, man. That's it. All the other things, they're ever going to be a distraction, a hindrance. All right, notwithstanding, you're going to have some chill out time here and there. But for the most part, everything's been catered to build your spirit up, man. And the only way you really can build something up is to take it down, man. Right, to build something, right, and it already kind of exists. You gotta tear the existing building down and rebuild it. Hey, you ever seen a refurbishment, man? Right, a proper refurbishment, you gotta take everything down, man. And you gotta build it back up brick by brick, man. Alright, hell, if you get some iron ore, it's iron, but it's got impurities in it, man. Alright? So you gotta burn it off. Make it more pure, man. And that comes by way of the tribulation that you're gonna catch in this truth. But like I said, man, if you ain't got that tough guy persona, man, you're just gonna accept it, man. Because really you can see the end all be all. Alright, you wanna be on some type of level in this society. You ain't gonna be able to withstand the lows that comes with being in this truth, man. Alright, because it ain't all just highs, man. It ain't you got lows, you got peaks, and you got troughs, man. Alright, and you gotta have like the scripture says here, right? Let them not depart from thine eyes. So when you're at the high, don't forget about the word of the Most High. And when you're at the low, don't forget about the word of the Most High. I think it was Job that said it best when he said, shall we receive the good of the Most High only when we, I forget the exact script. I kind of forget it right now. Something to the effect of, shall we praise the Most High when we're on a high and not when we're on a low? Something around thereabouts, man. And it's a heavy saying because you got some real assholes that will actually be in a state of cursing the Most High, right? Just because they're catching some hell, man. Now, hey, man, I can only pray that when that hell comes, right, that I do as the scriptures prescribe, man. Namely, keeping the words of the Most High in my heart, man. Right, and I only pray that I'll be in a lowly state of mind, in a meek state of mind to catch the hell that I catch, right? That I have to catch. All right, and make it through. See, within the scriptures, man, the people that were renowned for warrior-like spirits, of which I'm gonna get into that in the book of Maccabees, man. Really, they were some of the most humble people, man. They were some of the most humble people. They fully were aware the Most High raised them up to be in that position, and He could have raised anybody up to be in that position. For instance, King David, he was a sheep herder, man. King David was a sheep herder, man. And he might have been one of the greatest, most mightiest warriors that's ever lived on this planet, man. Or you got these Chinese motherfuckers that be, hitting themselves with some, with some rocks on their balls and all of that to achieve some bloody, one technique, warrior skills. Where the Most High just raised up King David, and guess what, man? King Saul killed by the thousands, and they say King David killed by the tens of thousands, man. Well, that's a hell of a weight to bet. That's a hell of a name to bet, man. All right, that's a hell of a name to bet, man. All right. So it says there, man, and like I said, I'll get into that. That's gonna be in the book of First Maccabees. You can see that that's already loaded up. But I'm gonna get into a few more scriptures. I'm gonna read this now, and then I'm gonna get into that book of Malachi, and then I'll get into the book of Maccabees, man. And you see what kind of mentality a real warrior. I see a warrior ain't about the strength of his own hands. A warrior understands that one hit and you're down, man. And the only person that can deliver you from not getting knocked out, man, alright, is the Most High, man. Hey, you speak to some of them real fighters, man, and I ain't talking about no Floyd Mayweather, man. I'm talking about some of them MMA dudes, man. When I speak to some of them guys, because we train in that, man. Alright, I speak to them, man, and there's some humble dudes, man, because they'll tell you straight up, man. You don't know when a knockout's coming, man. You don't know, man. It could be the lightest hit, man, but that precision, that can only come by way of the Most High, man. And you're down, man. Same thing in this truth, man. You get too high-minded, man. You don't know when that knockout's gonna come from Satan, man. It might be a woman, it might be a job, all right. It might be anything, man. It might be a family, and boom, you got that knockout, and you ain't gonna get up, man. All right, you ain't gonna get up. Hey, it's like when you played them them video games back in the day, man. All right, you're gonna get the hits, man, and you're gonna try bite and bust all you like, but your life's just gonna go down, man, to where you're just gonna die, man. All right, kind of like how you're seeing Isaiah right now, man. He's just getting them demons, just knocking him out, man. He just ain't got no life anymore, man. That life is reduced, man. Up until the Most High takes his ass out, man. Isaiah, what's this guy, Mike Gina, all of those insignificant dudes out there, man. All right. So it says there, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. It says, put away from thee a forward mouth. See, you gotta watch your mouth. You gotta pray. The Most High helps you to shut the fuck up, man. Right, to shut the fuck up. And you know what? Talking too much comes by way of not studying enough, man. I'll put it like that, man. If you're really it goes hand in hand. If you study a lot, all right, you're gonna be too fatigued, right, to be talking too much. Right. Two, if you study a lot, the only thing you're gonna talk about is the scriptures. Because that's what you're into. That's what you're about, man. All right. See, a man's mouth, man, that's the most dangerous thing to it, man. That's the most dangerous thing to it. I believe the scriptures speak about that in the book of Ecclesiasticus, man. A man's mouth is one of the most dangerous things to it, man. You just gotta learn to shut the fuck up, man. Hey, all of that pride sometimes spews out when you start talking. I know for myself, man. You might be even having just a cool day, man. You start talking shit, man. Right now, hey, we're Israelites. Let's not go crazy. All right, let's not go crazy. You're gonna play some ball and you try, give a man a crossover, and you try to come, it just, there's certain levels of which is acceptable because we are Israelites. But for the most part, you still gotta be humble, man. You still gotta be of a lowly, sheepish, meekish spirit, man. All right. It says, let thine eyes look right on, and let thy eyelids look straight forward before thee. So look at the path set before you, which is what, man? All right, destruction of this society ultimately, and the upliftment of our people, man. Because we're in a shitty state now, man. And you get acclimatized to this shitty state, but you don't really want to get acclimatized to this shitty state, man. That's a slave mentality, man. And we ain't in the time to be, slaves right now. We're damn near in the time of being kings right now, man. I ain't got no time for a dude that's in that sheepish, coonish mentality. Which I saw a dude, gotta be the biggest coon I've ever seen in my life today, man. Man, you could have sworn this guy was an Edomite, man. Alright, his jokes were corny, all that, man. But that's neither here nor there, man. Alright, it says, ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. And it says, turn to the right, turn not to the right nor left, remove thy foot from evil. Alright, so remove yourself from that wickedness you'd be doing, which is, could be the root of the wicked, the pride that you got, man. Alright, this is Malachi the 4th chapter and the first verse. I'm gonna read a bit of this. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. What's that day, man? Alright, That's ever getting closer day, man. You see what, yeah, man. You see what's happening out there on the news, man. And I admit, okay, I've been caught on record saying sometimes, you ain't gotta dig too much, and that is true, man. You ain't gotta dig too much, all right. But that's just for that's just for the obvious articles these days. You see, for the things that's already out there in the ambient, man. For instance, Russia doing their thing out there in the Middle East. All right, America doing their thing out there in the Middle East. China out there doing their thing in the Middle East. You don't have to dig for that. That's out there. All right. But the things that are coming out on ESO right now, man. All right, his monetary system, all of that, man. You really get to see just how far the cookie, how far I think that's the same, man. How far the cookie crumbles, man. Right, by going into them slightly, hard to find articles. All right. So we know that day, man. That day is imminent, man. It's imminently coming soon, man. All right, and it's spiritual, man. Because I'll be talking to brothers out there, and you're like, oh, next month. You're like, next month? God damn it! I don't know if there's a next. I don't think there's gonna be a next month, man. All right. He says, all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly. So pride and wickedness is synonymous. All right, shall be stubble. So you're gonna be as fire, man. Hey, man, if you saw what the kind of horrific things, really, if you're spiritual about things, you read the scriptures, man, you just humble down, man. Fuck what's happening within your life, man. Just suck it up, man. All right, just suck it up, man. And when I say that, man, I can only pray how I has it to where my spirit, gets to that. All right, gets to that stage. You just suck it up and you just deal with it, man. All right, because the day that cometh of an oven, sorry, it says, for behold, the day that cometh, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yet all the wicked shall be stubble, man. And it says, the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither no root, no branch. So that's talking about Esau, man. Because ultimately Esau ain't gonna have no roots, no branches. Talking about, which I think is talking about. I'm pretty sure it's talking about his seed and all that. Because when you go into the book of Obadiah, it tells you pretty much we're gonna wipe them away. And also in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, it says it shall be chased away as a vision of the night. It's gonna be wiped. Pretty much, it's gonna be wiped off. There ain't gonna be no Edomites, man. After they serve their punishment, there ain't gonna be no Edomites. You ain't gonna see Harry and Tom and all of them guys, and you're gonna be just chilling. They're gonna be just chilling there doing their own little slave duties. Nah, man. They're actually gonna be exterminated, man. So there ain't gonna be no need for the wicked. They ain't gonna. Let's track back, man. There ain't gonna be no need for the serpent. Okay. She says, but unto you that fear my name, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. You're gonna have a fear for that name, man. All right. You're gonna have a fear for that name, man. But you gotta also use that name to get your prayers up there, man. Praying that the Lord's gonna destroy this kingdom. That's a prayer. That should be your first prayer, man. Irregardless of how that should be just your first prayer. I wake up. Hell, it's a good day. Hey, I still pray how about Shimmy outside destroy this kingdom, man. Really, your good day ain't really good days, man. You gotta pay all kind of taxes. All right, you gotta get these people to look down upon you. But like I'm saying, man, you get used to it. All right, but guess what? The Most High just increases the health, man. All right, so it says right to keep you sharp. All right, that's why you're catching all the hell that you're doing. You do because you just caught one type of hell, man. You get used to it, and guess what? You won't be sharp within the scriptures, man. You won't be sharp in doing this work. That's why you got guys like Baloo and that. Those are guys that don't catch hell in their life, man. They have no fear in their life, man. That's what you just say and do as they like. What's this guy, man? The guy that disrespects the elders too many times, man. This what do they call him? This guy, Sakari guy, man. He has no fear in his man. Look, man. If you got any kind of fear, man, anyone that's taught you, regardless of what your opinion is, if the guy has taught you, well, let me not even say it like that, man. The elders, man. Right, because you got guys that I got taught by guys that I don't really have no respect for anymore, man. All right, but you got teachers out there that are out there doing this work. All right, and you got guys that buck up against them, namely the elders, man. You can't buck up against your elders, man, like that, man. People that actually follow and do as they say, because you got guys that will say do this and they won't do that, man. which is a bit of not necessarily hypocritical, but it's out, man. All right, and the Most High is going to destroy them with the fire, man. All right, he says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and he shall go forth, all right, and grow calves as the storm. It says, ye shall tread down the wicked. You're going to tread them down, man. Hey, that calls to mind Isaiah the 63rd chapter and the first verse on down, man. Right? It says, for they shall be as ashes under your feet, right, in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord. Now, let me jump to this next scripture because I quoted it right quick. If we go into the history of the Maccabees and that, man. All right, this is the point in time when Antiochus, all right, and his son and his people doing all kind of, they had pretty much taken down the Medo-Persian Empire, all right, and this was the beginning of the Greco-Roman Empire. But it's like as soon as the Edomites came into power, they just started putting all kind of hell upon us, man. And it's like when they came back into power by way of this guy so-called Christopher Columbus, but really by way of them so-called Jews out there in Spain and Portugal and all of that, man. When they start coming back, it's like we start catching all kind of hell, man. Which goes to show you that there's nothing new underneath the sun, man. Just think about that, man. When Esau came into power, right, as the Greeks, what did they? The first thing they did, you had Alexander, right? You had Ptolemy and his four generals, right? And they went to conquer the so-called known world at the time, and part of doing so, man, was putting all kind of grievous hell on Jake, man. Right, same thing when they came back into power underneath them so-called Jews, man. All right, they put all kind of hell upon Jake, man. All right, meaning they're gonna be just destroyed for us to live, in peace. They're gonna be destroyed. See, we're like the Maccabees, man. We are like the Maccabees coming back up, man. All right, but see, the time is now that we're like the Maccabees, but like it's like the time of Acts again, man. Right, but it's like we're working in reverse because Yahushua is coming back. So all of those things are happening, man. And every day it speeds up more and more, man. So just to give you the quick backstory, man. Judas Maccabees out here, man. He was pretty much doing his thing in revolting against our oppressors at the time. And you get into the story, and that's a good book to read, man. The Maccabees, because that uplift your spirit, man. All right, because you really, man, you really see how much of a devil this man is. But you also see the power of the Most High, which is what he's going to speak about. Hey, he ain't going to speak about his own power. He's going to speak about the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. It says, then his son Judas Maccabees rose up in his stead because his father passed away. All right. He said all his brethren helped him. All right. And he says, so did they that held him with his father. So pretty much he took the position that his father had, and all of his father's contemporaries, they all helped him in the work, pretty much, man. In whatever manner they helped his father, they helped Judas Maccabees. All right. It says, and they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel, man, so that he got his great people honor, and put on a breastplate as a giant, and got his warlike harness right about him, and he made wars and he made battles, protecting the host with his sword. It says his axe was. Listen to this, man. Listen to this, because this is important. Because, like I said, man, you're walking around with your head held high and you're being proud, and you got that warrior-like spirit. You got these guys, especially these guys out there in IUIC and all that. It's not so much in GMS, right? I'm not saying I see that, but certainly for myself, you get days like that, man. You feel like you can't be touched, and then the Most High fucks you up, and then you remember where you belong in the food chain. All right. But listen to what they're saying about this dude, man. He said in his axe he was like a lion, and like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey. When you read the chapters that come after this, tells you, man, this guy used to kill. He used to kill by the thousands, man. Right? He'll have an army come up against him, and you just ransack them. He'll just to where the rest of the army look, man. He'll be outnumbered, right? He'll ransack the army, and then the army will have to run away, man, for fear of their lives, man. This guy was, like it says, man, and in his acts he was like a lion. You see a lion devour and prey, man. What's 10 hyenas to one lion, man? There's nothing to it, man. He's just gonna chew it up, man. Right? And if you don't, hey, man, if you don't trust me, check it out, man. Check out lion versus hyena, man. One strong male lion, man. Man, and them Edomites, them heathens, they're likened unto hyenas and all of that, man. One strong lion, man. He just one, run up on it, man. Alright, so he said, and he pursued the wicked and sought them out and burnt upon those that vexed his people. Wherefore the wicked shrank for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled because of the salvation prospered in his hand. Right, and he grieved also many kings, and made Jacob glad with his acts, and his memorial blessed forever. It says, moreover, he went through the cities of Judah, destroying the ungodly out of it. Because you also, man, like I said, man, this book is pretty heavy, man. Book of Maccabees, it's pretty nice, man. I ain't finished all of it, but the book of First Maccabees, I ain't finished all of it, but I'm pretty much halfway in that, man. You see, there's a lot of wicked niggas, man. All right, to the end, you had it to where Judas Maccabees was doing all of this work, all right, and you had people with, he would leave the city of Judah, all right, and come back, and you have. They built a tower and a fortress against them, to where they didn't even let their own people in. They didn't let Judas Maccabees in. They wanted to live as the heathens live, man. All right, which is what's happening out there today, man. You got our own people saying we're not the Israelites. They know deep down there in their hearts that we are the Israelites, like polite and that, man. But they want to be like the heathens, man. You know what I say, man? Go right ahead, man. Be like the heathens, man. Because just as you seen in the scriptures there, man. If the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, that's gonna come, man. And you're just gonna be burnt up. And you know what? You're gonna come back in your right mind on the other side, man. Alright, that's what we can do for you, man. Just death, man. Alright, gruesome. Alright, it says glad with and it says, and he grieved many king. What did I get up to? It says, moreover, he went through the cities of Judah, destroying the ungodly out of it, and turning away wrath from Israel. Says, so that he was renowned, right, unto the utmost part of the earth, and received unto him such as were ready to perish, the men that join unto his cause, which is what you gotta be like, man. I believe the word is a martyr, right? You gotta be like a martyr. You gotta be prepared to. Oh, a mercenary. A mercenary is a good example, man. You're a contracted killer and you're willing to die, man. All right. Like I say, you gotta be a mercenary. This nigga will take that and run away and says, oh, you gotta be a killer in this. Nah, man. You gotta be ready to die, but you gotta be ready to do your job at the same time, man. All right. It says, and Apollonius gathered the Gentiles together and the great host of Samaria to fight Israel, which thing Judas perceived, and went forth to meet him, and he smote him and slew him, and also fell down slain, but the rest fled. All right. It says, wherefore Judas took their spoils, and Apollonius' sword also therewith he fought all his life long, man. And that's beautiful, man, right? Because you can actually, man, that scene right there, you can actually visualize it. You watch Spartacus or Spartans, all of them kind of movies. You can visualize that statement there, man. All right, because a lot of these riches that these heathens have, they're not really, you built it, created it, but it's like you fashioned it for us, man. It suits us better than it suits you. Hey, you see a dude like a Jake in a BMW, man. He also created them BMWs for themselves, man. You see a Jake rolling in it, it's like the car, like God made the car for him, man. Right? And that's the same situation I have him right. You see him right now, man. This dude Apollonius probably had some extravagant sword, man. Right? He probably been too big for him. He probably been too glamorous for the dude. But he had the shit made anyway. Didn't realize he's gonna die. And really, that sword was made for the man Judas Maccabees, man. Alright, they show you that in that program. I think they show you that in Spartacus, man. But I know David and Goliath as well. I think King David took Goliath his sword and fought with it. I could be wrong on that, but if I remember my information correctly, that's what he did, man. He just fought with this shit all his life, man. You can visualize stuff like that, and that's what you gotta do, man. You gotta visualize these scriptures, all right? All right. So let me wrap this up because I've been, got a bit comfortable and probably long this one out. It says, now when Saron, a prince of the army of Syria, I heard say that Judas had gathered unto him a multitude and company to the faithful to go out with him to war. He said, I will get a name and honor in the kingdom, for I will fight Judas and them that are with me, who despise the king's commandments. So he thought he's going to battle, all right. And because Judas was so great and renowned, man, thought he was going to get a name just off of the back of that, man. So let you know what how mighty this man was at war. So he made him ready to go up, and they went with him a mighty host of ungodly to help him and to be avenged of the children of Israel. He says when he came near to going up to Beth Horon, Judas went forth to meet him with a small company. All right. Now it's going to become more the point. It's going to come more prevalent. Now it says, who when they saw the host of multitude, the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong? All right. So they got fearful, man. They got weak. All right. Looked at the multitudes, man. That's too much for us, man. But this is his response, saying, seeing we are ready to faint with this is what they said. It says, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all day. It says, unto whom Judas answers, it's not hard for many to be shut up in the hands of a few, right? And he says, and with the Most High of heaven, it's all one to deliver a great, right, multitude or a small company. So if you see that, man, he didn't talk about all of the battles that he had won before and how great he was. All right, he spoke of the greatness of the Most High and how really the Most High is an easy thing to raise up a person and to put him down, man. And pretty much, with that, hopefully the point was reached there that you just gotta humble yourself. Let the Most High do his thing, man. Stop interfering, man. All right. Pretty much with that, I'm gonna sign out and say double honors to the apostles of GMS. Honestly, brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom, man.